Forgot to close all my work stuff. Hello. Okay.
We did the thing last week. I think like a month ago.
What was?
The thing.
Oh yeah, it was last week.
We're just seeing who went first last time. We have a very technical nothing here.
We were just really into some Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really nothing wrong with that.
No. Damn it. You did the easy part last week.
So
I was.
You have to do the back of the box.
Mm-hmm. And you have to do the hard part.
Yeah. All right. Is anybody here yet? Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, this is as festive as I can be.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
This was placed upon me at work today. And it's Christmas gnomes.
Those are pretty cute, though. That's pretty cute. It's like.
Am I very?
Hello, Mama.
Hi. Welcome.
I have to share us. So yeah. I'm going to share us.
Samesies.
I'm
about to talk shit on somebody. I can't now.
Oh.
Wait, which camera? Oh, we're on the right camera.
Oh, sorry, Cecil. Here.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? That's a line from Requiem for a Dream.
Don't worry, Cecil's here. Cecil, sorry, Clarence. It's Clarence.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. They're both giving me a lot of love today. Oh, she's mad at me now. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Black Christmas. Okay, hi.
Which is not a Tyler Perry movie. How do I share? I'm so bad at the button that says share.
Instead of typing live, I typed living.
Mm-hmm.
So we're living. Sir, you're making it difficult to type with your tiny head.
I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
Okay.
Did anybody see my story? 13 of you watched this story, so I'm hoping all 13 of you are in here. Oh wait, that's on my personal one. Well, let me go to the Idiot's Guide to Horror one.
So
8 of you, and 2 of us are already right here. Oh god. Did anybody watch the movie?
My mother asked me if it was from the 30s.
Close. It's closer to the 30s than it is today. I don't know if that's true. Please don't make me do math live on the air.
Is that true?
No, it can't be.
40. Yeah, it's like equidistant.
Guys. Right now it's closer to 1930 than it is to 2021.
It's true.
Right now, this very moment in time. From this moment.
All right.
I'm trying to wear my festive Christmas sweater, but it's really warm in here.
It is pretty warm in here. I'm impressed with how warm you can get your apartment.
I have to keep turning the heat down.
I wish I had that problem.
So now I'm wearing a very festive Britney Spears t-shirt.
Oh man, I love the names this week.
Who'd I pick? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I named Bob Clark the King of Christmas.
Why?
He did this in that Christmas movie they play 24 hours a day.
He made a Christmas story?
Yeah, that one.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Right? Or am I just lying to everybody?
I don't know. Where's Clarence? You're being so cute and clingy. We're going to get started in just a minute here. I wanted to...
Okay, he did Black Christmas, Porky's, Baby Geniuses, Porky's 2, Porky's Revenge. God, is he just doing... Maybe I'm just wrong. Super Babies.
How is it possible that the man that made this movie made Porky's?
A Christmas Story.
And you made Porky's?
Yeah, and all the sequels, and Baby Geniuses.
Okay, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that on air. Okay.
And Karate Dog, and nothing I've ever heard of, but that doesn't mean it's not good. Something called Popcorn.
Oh, that's a horror movie. It's a good one too. I mean, good in a sense of you would enjoy it. It's fun bad. It's like the good kind of bad. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna get this show on the road.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of shook that Dan's not here.
Maybe we're starting a little late for Dan.
Maybe. Because in Maryland it's like 9:30 at night.
Well, Dan he's got
a family. Sorry about my whole mess.
No, it's okay because your mess is Oreos and I'm gonna eat one. Oh.
Yeah, we lost one.
I think that it's not always accurate though.
No, I'm sure there's hundreds of you in here, right? Do you know how hard it was for me to find something I cared about this week to recommend?
I'm gonna make it up as I go along, because you being such a goofy goober.
Because I'll tell you later after the podcast. He's been home alone for a while.
Oh.
Because my grandma has been at the hospital.
Right. Well, yeah, we can talk afterwards, but I do want to know how that's going. Oh no. Oh.
She's going to a nursing home.
Oh.
But she thought she was coming home today. It's the whole thing.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Wie geht's? Which is how you would say hello there in German.
All right. And we're test recording.
Bam, 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 bam.
This is a test.
Oh, there's so much cat hair on here. And there's cat hair on the microphone.
All right. Well, welcome to our Christmas show, everybody.
Viva la Christmas.
Indeed. I guess. I don't know. This is the most Christmassy thing that I've done.
We exchanged gifts.
We did exchange gifts.
Very Christmassy.
Chris really showed me up by accident.
It was an accident. I won it in a raffle.
I got Chris a vinyl album and a toy, and he got me a toy and a shirt and a soda stream.
That was an accident. I have a strict $50 limit on anybody I buy Christmas gifts for, which is why I just bought Dana a copy of Spice World on DVD, because for some reason they're extremely expensive.
Very difficult to find.
And it cost me a whole arm and a leg.
Okay. We should get started.
Yeah, because we got to go to bed eventually. I'm on vacation.
Oh, you're on vacation. I have to work all day tomorrow.
This isn't like I'm on vacation.
I'm not. Lots of people I know are. Congratulations to you.
And I'm going to watch Christmas Vacation tomorrow.
Are you really?
I think so.
You should come see it at the theater.
You keep telling me it's playing and I keep forgetting.
You get not free. Well, you get Chinese food and it gets brought into the theater for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like Steve hates Lawrenceville.
I mean, so do I, but the theater's good.
We were driving through his home city. I said, I can't tell the difference between this and Lawrenceville. Like, it looks exactly the same. He goes, it looks completely different. I said, it looks the same to me. Because we were in Avalon or wherever we were. Bellevue. Could not tell the difference.
Really? Bellevue is a little bit more quaint.
I saw less bars. That's
yes,
what I mean.
Lawrenceville is like all like craft breweries and bars. And, yeah, but
I go there. I go to Lawrenceville to see my my professional wrestling.
Is that at Spirit?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Because everything is.
Yeah.
I got rubied.
That's for a different podcast.
Okay. All right. So I guess we could start recording. Oh, look at that.
Welcome to the podcast, you idiots.
Maybe we should start starting it off like that. Welcome to the podcast, you fucking idiots.
Oh my God, leave it in. They're not going to know what's going on.
All right. So, yep. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Idiot's Guide to Horror.
Counteracting the toxic culture surrounding horror fandom and breaking down your favorite horror movies. With you as always, your hosts, Kara, beautiful girl across the hall, Popovich.
And Christopher, Lady in the Radiator, Haberman. Oh my god, that's such a tongue twister. So everybody turn off the lights, get ready, grab your rotary telephones and crystal unicorns, and get ready to dissect Black Christmas, which came out in 1974.
1974.
And it was directed by the King of Christmas, Bob Clark, who we learned moments ago also did A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story and Porky's.
And Porky's 2 and Porky's 3, Revenge of the Pork.
Which I can't remember.
I didn't see Porky's 3.
I think I've seen half of Porky's, and I was like, well, this isn't for me.
No, it's not.
And then I turned it off.
It's not for anybody.
We'll get into why I'm so surprised that this movie was made by the same man that did Porky's by the end. But so
like early on too.
Yeah. So yeah, 1974. There have been a few different iterations of Black Christmas since.
Any of them good?
I thought that the newer one was good, but people didn't like it because it was like a heavy-handed feminist message. But
yeah, when I was reading comments.
I imagine Letterboxd.
Oh yeah, they hated the new one.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I imagine that
the woke one. What they called it.
Yes. Oh, because this wasn't.
It was subtler, I guess.
I feel like it was not subtle. It was about as subtle as a hammer to your head. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Speaking of hammer, this week we're talking about The Gorgon.
You can watch Black Christmas on Shudder. You can watch it on Peacock. You can watch it on Tubi. I watched it on the Criterion Channel. Pinky up. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this week, it is your turn for a back of the box description.
I spelled Criterion Fridison. So
I can't believe I just watched. I looked over and Chris typed into his notes, "Kara is cooler than everyone else." Fridison.
And we'll never know what it means when I put this phone down. So everybody, I want you to pretend like it's 1974. You're getting home from Woodstock. You're wearing your bell bottoms. You're holding your beads. I don't know what else they do. You're wearing a flower crown, but not ironically yet. And it's like Coachella, except it's not. It's Woodstock. And you had a great time. Jimmy was there. Hendrix, of course. And everybody else. Jefferson Airplane. I can't think of anybody else.
Was Bob Dylan there?
Probably.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Joan Jett.
Janis Joplin.
Then Janis Joplin.
Yeah, Joan Jett was probably 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she might have been there. Joan Jett. You're at Woodstock with Joan Jett because you're babysitting, and you're a horrible babysitter. So on the way home, little baby Joan Jett wants to rent a movie, so you head over to the video store, pretending that 1974 had video rental available anywhere. David Bowie was there. So it's you, baby Joan Jett, and David Bowie driving to the video store. And, you feel like renting something festive because for some reason this Woodstock took place on Christmas Eve.
Right.
And you want something festive, but still a little spooky. So you head over, you're pulling things up, you find one, you pick it up and you say, this looks good. And I needed a prop. You don't know what I'm talking about if you're listening to this. I needed a prop and I picked up a movie. The only movie sitting in front of me is the Thing from last week because I cannot put things away. You turn it over. The front's creepy, depending on which cover you're looking at. Could be the one with the bag. It could be not the one with the bag. Either way, you turn it over and it says, I wrote the tagline down for this because I love it. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
Meaning your skin's on too tight.
God.
Bing, 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 bing.
In the back of the box says, a sorority house is terrorized by a stranger who makes frightening phone calls and then murders sorority sisters during Christmas break. That's abrupt and to the point.
It is abrupt and to the point. I mean, that is the plot line.
Yeah.
I was so excited watching this. One, because, I chose this one because there are a lot of Christmas horror movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably the only one that's genuinely scary. Do you think Krampus is genuinely scary?
Not even a little bit. I was talking about this movie. I watched it for the first time last night. Was it last night?
Yes, you texted me.
I watched it for the first time last night, and I was afraid to go take a shower afterwards.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying as far as not only Christmas movies go, but home invasion movies. It's just a really solid, like, probably wouldn't be able to believe that it was made when it was made.
There's so many C words in it.
There is a lot of it's profane, but it's also I don't know how controversial it was when it came out, but I can imagine it probably wasn't not controversial.
Mm-hmm. I think a long time ago I read it was banned because it was a Christmas movie that dealt with murder.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't find anything about it. I also didn't look for it this time.
Yeah, I thought more along the lines of the accidental feminist message.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was accidental. I mean,
it was like really on the nose.
I thought that these heart glasses would be cute, but it is like I can see the entire world in the reflection of my glasses.
Shining, shimmering splendor.
Yeah, so maybe we'll revisit these for Valentine's Day, but this is not happening for Christmas. Sorry guys, I did my best. So did we do a spoiler warning? Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning.
We're going to talk about this movie in depth up to and including the ending, and I can't fucking wait to. So if you haven't seen this movie, please pause this episode and watch it. If you don't care about seeing this movie, don't pause this episode. Hang out. You're already here. So I guess we can just get right into it.
Yeah, let's do some movie facts.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? What do you want to do?
Oh, I'll go first this time.
Okay.
And we'll try to remember it, but then I won't remember it for next time.
You have so many years to read here.
I know. I'm going to ignore all the years. This film is regarded as being one of the first slasher films with, now these movies are all 60s and 70s, so just Google it if you want to know. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, A Bay of Blood, Psycho, and Peeping Tom preceding this film. It set the layout for films such as John Carpenter's Halloween. However, director Bob Clark considered it to be more of a psychological horror film than a slasher film.
I would agree with that.
It's a little both.
It's a little bit of both, but I don't feel like we see a lot of violence.
We see some violence.
But a lot of it takes place off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like the gorier stuff. Like, we'll cut back to bodies that are like all bloodied up or whatever. But we don't see the action. Reportedly, writer Roy Moore took inspiration for the story from an actual series of murders that took place in Montreal, Quebec, around the Christmas season, along with the urban legend, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs, which is what When a Stranger Calls is based off of.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know that urban legend, the gist is that, a babysitter is babysitting a kid, and the kid's asleep, and they keep getting calls. It's something just like, are you watching the children or whatever? Do you know where the children are? And it turns out that there's a man calling from inside of the house to kill her. Murder. Okay.
This film had only moderate box office success and negative critical reception when originally released. However, this film went on to get a large cult following like many other movies at its time. See last week's movie, The Thing.
Yes. Yeah. This was the thing, I guess, that like people weren't really that into horror then.
And if they were, it was dumb.
It was dumb, or like it was like
B. Horror was not.
It was all B.
Yeah.
Unless it was like Rosemary's Baby or The Exorcist, something that was like widely regarded and like, artfully done or whatever, which I think that this movie's artfully done.
I would agree.
Yeah, but
that last shot. I literally have chills thinking about it.
This is ambiguous. All right, you want to go?
Is it my turn? I thought I did the last one.
Did you do the last one? No, I did the last one. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs.
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh my God. I'm tired. I only slept a few hours last night. I apologize for however this goes.
It's been great, I'm sure.
I hope so. So legend has it that this was Elvis Presley's favorite horror movie, and his tradition was to watch it every Christmas. Further rumors say that his family kept the tradition alive and watched it in his memory. I kind of fucking love that.
I know, but like tradition, he died 1970. It wasn't a long tradition. What year did Elvis die?
He died
77.
77. Okay, so he watched this every year for 3 years. Yeah. Oh,
now
we're being corrected by my mother in the comments, and she says it's 1978 that Elvis passed away.
So he watched this movie 4 times before he died.
Right. You're facty.
Oh,
facty.
God, why is it just dates with me? Merry Black Christmas, Mother. This film holds the honor of being the first seasonal slasher film, and that is a horror movie taking place during a holiday in horror movie history, and would later be followed by Halloween, Friday the 13th. Is that a holiday? Is Friday the 13th
I guess,
holiday?
No, I don't think so.
Who made this list?
Now it's the tattoo holiday. Do we call it the tattoo holiday?
Prom night.
Prom is not a holiday.
Okay, whoever made this list, and I copied and pasted it from the internet, you're wrong. Mother's Day, Graduation Day, which is not a holiday, My Bloody Valentine, fine. Silent Night, Deadly Night, April Fool's Day. Now, I would call almost none of those holidays.
April Fool's Day is certainly not a holiday. I used to be really good at April Fool's Day, though, when I lived in a house with a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once the first year that I was in that house, my roommates and I all put a bunch of googly eyes on everything in the kitchen, so that when my one roommate came home and he sat down in the kitchen, he looked up and everything was looking at him. Like we went to the refrigerator, put googly eyes on all the condiments. Like we spent, I would say, upwards of like $100 on googly eyes.
1 year for April Fool's Day, my roommate, I used to live in a house with 5 heterosexual men. And for April Fool's, what I did was put a male on male video in the DVD player in his room. So whenever he came home with a female to do non-male on male things, he turned the TV on to like create a background sound, and it was just men fucking.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah, we should really be talking about this if we ever cover April Fool's Day, which is not high up on my list.
No. I'd rather do no, never mind.
Yeah. But one thing that I really wanted to do that I never got the chance to do, my one roommate used to have like a really extensive DVD collection, and I really wanted to, while he was out one day like working, like spend 8 hours taking all of the sleeves, like all of the covers out of the sleeves, print off like 400 Good Luck Chuck sleeves, and just replace all of it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do that to mine just for fun.
So when he came home, he would just look at the DVD cabinet and it would just be like 400 copies of Good Luck Chuck.
There's nothing better than that.
I never got the chance to do it. Nobody would help me with it. And it's a very labor intensive process. And it was like 3 years of me trying to recruit people like months in advance. Like, please take the day off. This is important.
The Lord's work needs to be done.
Yeah, but I never got the chance to do it.
We'll be trying.
Yeah. Anyway, this one, we did that one. Okay, Bette Davis was offered the role of house mother, but she turned it down.
I don't know why.
That is so sad because, like, literally whatever happened to Baby Jane is one of the best movies ever made.
And there's a great song about Bette Davis by Kim Carnes.
A great little Christmas hymn called Bette Davis Eyes. She's got Bette Davis eyes.
God. And now the rest of the podcast is going to be us singing the song. So sit back and she's precocious. Okay. Gilda Radner was cast to play Phil in the movie, but a month before filming began, she was cast on NBC Saturday Night, which would later become SNL.
I'm like really like I'm glad with how it turned out. Like I'm sure Gilda Radner would have done a great job, but Andrea Martin was so cute.
She was cute.
She was so cute in this role. Bob Clark had a backstory for the killer. Billy is abusive and abused his little sister and was abused himself and probably killed his parents and probably locked her up in a basement for 5 or 6 years, Clark said. And I think she escaped, and Billy doesn't like girls, and it turns out Agnes doesn't like boys.
Well, now you have that in your brain for the rest of your life.
It's like he made it up on the spot. Like, they were like, what do you think about this killer? And he was like, he had a little sister. And oh God. Well, anyway, so we're gonna talk about Black Christmas now. I'm really excited to talk about Black Christmas because this is probably the most linear plot line that we have discussed ever.
Until the next movie we might be doing.
After our awards show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it is a super linear. Yeah. Stick around.
Yeah. Hint, hint, hint.
Hint, hint, hint. I just said awards show out loud.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Forget that until next week.
All right. So, first of all, Black Christmas is like very creepy with how little sound there is. It's just a lot of diegetic sound. Like everything is taking place within the world of the movie for the most part. There are some musical stings, but
and then some, like, in movie music is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
No wonder. So
we didn't have him either.
I mean, yeah. Not to mention the fact he was a douche.
Yeah, but like that song was like
douche. I know, like just him banging on. We'll get to that. So
it's the 70s.
It's the 70s. There's a sorority house.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a party.
It's like the House Bunny, except different.
It's like the House Bunny, except Margot Kidder is there being fucking perfect.
God.
Having incredible bangs. The most unbelievable, distractingly gorgeous bangs.
Never without a cigarette.
Never without a cigarette. Just hysterical. A laugh riot the entire time she's on screen. I love Margot Kidder. Now that's where we're at.
I still love the name Margot.
It is such a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Margot, tomorrow's movie I'm watching, Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays a character named Margot in a Christmas Story, in A Christmas Vacation.
Ah, yes, she does. Mm-hmm. Yes, she does.
So there's that. Christmas.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
So they're having this party.
Yeah, and then somebody with a breathing issue gets there. We'd never see who it is.
Yeah, well, it's a POV of the killer, and the killer is like being like
asthmatic
because that's what killers sound like. Apparently, they all have trouble breathing in through their nose and silently out through their mouth. But yeah, he's like watching, and then he like scales.
He climbs the trellis.
Yeah,
it's like he's a little Billy Loomis before that's the thing. Maybe other people.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Well, we're both gonna forget.
No, I won't forget. This one's good. So, the sorority girls decide to kick all the guys out. We get a tiny little bit of each of their backstories, not like backstories, but like we get what we need.
We
glimpse them. Margot Kidder's character is definitely an alcoholic.
But not as much as Felt Hat.
Not as much as Felt Hat, that's for sure.
Who could have been Betty Davis?
I know.
Could you imagine?
I wish.
Betty.
Not that she didn't do a great job.
No, she did a great job. She did a great job.
But like, it's not the same as if Betty Davis would have been there.
Yeah, she's precocious. And she knows just. Okay. You know what I mean. We've all heard this song. If you haven't heard this song, that's my pick of song of 2021. So give it a listen. So everyone's inside smoking with the windows up.
They are all smoking with the windows up. I did think about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I thought about me too. The whole time. I'm like, God. Look, can you imagine the 70s? It was the 70s. Everyone smoking in a movie theater. You could smoke at Denny's.
Do you think you would have been annoyed, or do you think you would have just gone with the flow?
I would have been a smoker. In the 70s?
100%.
Yeah.
I would have been still. I mean, we both were at one point in our lives.
Yeah. But hardly ever with like the windows up.
Never with the windows up. That's nasty. Who would do that to themselves?
When I lived in that house as a child, I did smoke with the windows up because we had a smoking house, and everybody, all 5 people I lived with, smoked cigarettes. Now picture that.
I can imagine, like, I already, like, I could envision how satisfying it would be to pressure wash those walls.
Hi mom, do you remember when I moved out of that apartment and you had to scrub the walls clean for me? Sorry.
I wish it had been me. I do. It's so satisfying to, like, I watch like videos of people cleaning like smokers' homes.
What about cleaning rugs?
Oh yeah.
With a pressure washer, cleaning a rug?
Just a pressure washer cleaning anything. Fuck. Like, if you ever need anything pressure washed and you have the means for me to do it, please call me. It's a dream. It would be an honor.
I will be there in spirit.
But anyway.
Oh yeah, movie.
The movie Black Christmas. Nobody's pressure washing anything.
Nothing.
They kick the boys out.
Yeah.
They say, get out of here. And Claire says goodbye to her boyfriend and says, like, you know, just wait a while before you come to meet my parents because...
His coat that he wears later in this movie.
Ridiculous.
I would wear it every day of my life. But I wouldn't want to know what it's made out of.
Yeah.
Because it was the 70s. And it was like 5 animals.
It certainly was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big ones, too.
Big ones.
Yeah.
But I would, like, reproduce that in something synthetic and give it to me. Okay, so the man who climbed up the trellis is inside the house. The phone rings. It's Barb's mother. Barb calls her mom a gold-plated whore, which I wrote down because I loved that.
Yeah, and she says, Mom, you're a real gold-plated whore. We don't know why.
I'm here.
What does that mean? What do you think gold-plated whore means?
Yeah, comment below.
Let us know.
Whatever happens, Barb invites all the girls to go skiing. She's also wearing a horrible choker necklace. Ugh.
She certainly is.
Ugh. Some of the girls say yes. However, nobody's nice to Claire. Yeah. Yeah,
they're all... Claire's, like, newer, I guess, or she must be a freshman.
Or she's a prude.
And she's like, yeah, she's... Well, we don't know that she has a boyfriend. She's bringing him home for Christmas. But
her dad's like...
Her dad is, yeah.
However, before we meet the dad, the phone rings again. And this time it's somebody they called the Moaner, which was my nickname in high school. I gotta stop saying that joke because it's never funny.
I love it every time.
Oh God, I wish you could have heard the one I said at work today. I don't remember what it was. It was so funny. So the monitor calls and we hear some garbled sounds and then a scream and a man asking to lick it. It sounds like there's more than one person. It sounds like 2 guys, and he starts saying a lot of C words. He
does say the C word a lot, and he's saying really like
lewd.
Yeah, very lewd, aggressively sexual things. And then Barb gets on the line and starts teasing him about, you know, the size of his manhood. And
which is never cool, by the
way. No, it's body shaming.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm going to kill you. And then he hangs up the phone. So the phone calls in this movie are some of the scariest fucking things I could ever think of in my life. Like, they are horrifying. Like, all of the voices, like, the way that it's used, like, blah, blah, blah. Very creepy. I watched it, like, first thing this morning when it was still dark out, and I was like, I don't like this.
All those movies were done in post. All the calls were done in post. Because originally, the dialogue for the scenes was Tame and Bob Clark did it himself. It didn't make it into the cut of my notes here, but...
maybe to not be gross around the ladies, make them uncomfortable. But then he made Porky's. So
nothing makes sense anymore.
I know. Pick a lane. Are you a misogynist or are you on our side? Pick one.
Speaking of on our side, a woman with a felt hat and a cigarette holder comes in the door. It's not Betty Davis.
God, it's not Betty Davis, but like every time you see a cigarette holder, aren't you like, fuck? Like, that is...
I used to have one.
Classy.
It didn't look good on me.
It's
a long cigarette holder.
Would it look good on any of us? We're not Audrey Hepburn.
I know. And Breakfast at Tiffany's wasn't very... I didn't
Yeah. Um. So anyway, Claire is like, hey, I think this caller might be like, maybe we should call the police. And Barb makes fun of her.
Mm-hmm. Barb's not nice.
No, Barb's not nice. Barb's just hot and has gray hair.
But I would die for Barb.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Ooh. Okay, so Claire gets upset. She goes upstairs and she's packing up because she's going home for Christmas break. In this part of the movie, I jumped. Would it be a jump scare? It could be a jump scare. Prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
This might be a jump scare.
It's kind of I think it's pretty deciduous. I don't know how much jump scares were a thing in that era.
Yeah, it got me good though, because I saw it coming, but
Right.
I didn't see it coming fast enough.
It's literally the cover of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's jarring.
Uh-huh. So she's packing. There's a cat in her room whose name's Claude or Clark or Claude. But we don't know that till later. We know that the breather is in her closet. She doesn't know the breather's in her closet. The cat goes into the closet, so Claire goes after him. And immediately as she gets into the closet, she's suffocated to death by like a dry cleaning bag. I don't know what you call that. Like a dry cleaning bag. Like the bag you get your clothes back in.
Right, like when you get the suit back from the dry cleaners and it's in that sheath.
Yeah.
Yeah. He suffocates her with that. And
but
then
the cat is fine.
The cat's fine. And then he takes her to the attic where he puts her in a rocking chair, and we get that iconic and terrifying shot of her with like the expression on her face with the bag in her mouth. Just,
How did this get made in the 70s?
I mean, actually, like, this was the era that was like post Hays Code. There's like very like the Grindhouse movies went like this is pretty mild in comparison to a lot of the shit that was going on then, because America had just spent like 20 to 30 years like pretending that sex and violence and drugs and they weren't things. So there was like a pretty big boom of like, really, oh my god, I'm so nerdy, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna stop. But that's how this got made. It was pretty tame, actually.
And thank you for joining us this week on How Does This Get Made?
You can have me on. I'm a really good guest, as you can see.
And I'm just fun to be around, but I don't know anything.
I know. Nobody wants to hear the things that I'm talking about.
Well, whenever they do the podcast, like, How Did This Get Made about horror movies of the late 70s, you'd know.
I would know.
You'd be the only one. Besides, like, random neckbeards on Letterboxd.
I read a lot of books. So, anyway, so that happens. Claire's dead.
Yeah, real early.
Yeah. The next morning, does anything happen before we get to the next morning?
Yes. So, Felt Hat is drinking alcohol out of a book. Peter calls.
Right.
Peter calls, and Jess in her weird accent. What is that?
British.
Oh, I don't like it. Is it real?
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't sound real to me.
Let's see. Was Olivia Hussey actually... Yeah, she was actually British.
Didn't sound real to me, Olivia. Try again. You want to hear a good British accent? Ask anybody in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Is any British in that movie? I don't know. I couldn't understand.
I mean, Jason Statham was in that movie.
I didn't understand a word.
They were very... You need, like, subtitles. Like, I can't watch Trainspotting without subtitles.
They were not British.
They were not. They were Scottish, which is even harder for me to understand.
However, so Peter calls. Jess, with her accent, she wants to talk to him face to face. He says, "I love you," and she says, "Classic Leia, I know."
Yeah.
God. And then Felt Hat, Mrs. Mac, is also pulling alcohol out of the turlet, and she's drinking Kesha style, brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack.
She is brushing her teeth with a bottle of Jack. That's true.
Oh God.
Yeah. But then the next day. So there's a older gentleman waiting at like some sort of station like outside the college, and he sees, who does he see but Claire's boyfriend? What's his name?
Chris.
Chris.
Hurtful that you wouldn't know his name. Whatever.
Well, maybe because my brain doesn't like to name other people Chris.
Oh, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
We'll call him Cameron. For no reason.
Sure. I do have a friend named Cameron too, though, so it'll get confused. Yeah.
We'll call him Clarice.
Wouldn't you just be fucked if I had a friend named Clarice?
Yeah, we'd have to call him Clarence.
But yeah, who does he see? But Claire's boyfriend, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Excuse me, young man, do you know
this bitch?
That's my daughter was supposed to meet me here, but she failed to meet me here." And he's obviously like very prim and proper. Mm-hmm. And he gets pointed in the direction of the sorority house, so he goes there. And he's sitting, they're having like a bunch of kids there for some reason.
I don't know.
There's like a bunch of kids at the sorority house. If you lived in a sorority or a fraternity, please let us know why there would be children there.
Anna Ferris, please call us and let us know. My only like knowledge of sororities and fraternities was this. That other one was that one, not Planet of the Apes. What's that movie called? What was that movie called? Alpha House. Nope. No, the House Bunny. There was also that one with John Belushi.
Animal House.
Animal House. And then Revenge of the Nerds. That's all I got.
I feel like I've known people that were in sororities and fraternities, but I don't know anything about your culture.
Yeah. Please tell us why you have children over with Santa. Badmouth Santa.
Yeah, Santa. Yeah. They're all just terrible people.
Yeah. But it wasn't the good bad Santa.
Right.
I want to give Billy Bob Thornton just money.
You want to give him money?
I want to give him money. I want to find him and hand him like a $20 bill and say, good job in that season of Fargo, the first season of Fargo. I want you to have all the money I have.
I've still never seen. I need to watch Fargo.
I would skip the second season.
Okay.
Just watch the first one. It's fucking phenomenal.
I will do that. Okay.
So, Billy Bob Thornton. No.
The dad gets to the sorority house. There are children there. Barb is getting a child drunk.
Yeah. Margot.
Yeah. While dad is on the phone. And
I didn't write down with whom.
Right.
I didn't think it was important. I didn't think this whole scene was important, apparently.
The house mother, Mrs. McHenry is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. McHenry is like showing Claire's dad to her room, and they can't figure out where she went. She's like trying to convince this guy that, you know, they don't live like a debaucherous lifestyle or whatever.
It's like a one-time thing.
Right.
He says that Mrs. Mack says, Claire might be here. Why don't you drive me to the store and I'll show you where it is? And he goes, well, I already know where that's at, but I guess I can drive you to the store. So Mrs. Mack goes to put her lipstick on, only half of her upper lip. And then she stops because she thinks she hears her cat Claude. I can't remember where I'm at in my notes. So she only has half her lipstick on. She goes upstairs. They both leave though, and we get a nice shot of dead Claire looking out a window, the one from the picture we posted on the Instagram.
Right, and the rocking chair is like just rocking back and forth, which is so unnerving.
Mm-hmm. We have a jump cut to Jess and Peter. They're talking. Jess says she's pregnant, but Peter, don't preach because I'm not keeping my baby.
And Peter's like, but you have to. And she's like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. He's like, you didn't ask my opinion.
And she's like, tough.
Yeah. And Peter's, all you can think about is yourself. And he asks her to leave. He's like, get out.
Right.
And she says,
"Get out of my big piano room."
Yeah, like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You can't be in my big piano room.
And he's like, oh, by the way, I know we're fighting, but meet me back here at 9 p.m. Or meet me somewhere at 9 p.m. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we're at home again. Then we're at the phone rings, and there's a man and a woman asking for Billy. Jump cut to a hockey game where Chris, the goalie, is being interrupted. So Phil, curly-haired glasses.
Andrea Martin,
curly-haired glasses, Phil, is interrupting a hockey game because the police aren't taking seriously the disappearance of her friend Claire.
Right.
Nobody seems to care other than her, so she goes to tell her boyfriend, and he goes to that police office.
Yeah, he does like a big
He does a grand entrance.
Stomp. Yeah.
They pull him back into the back room where we're hearing about somebody's 13-year-old daughter going missing. There's a lot of things going on right now in this movie. We're going to jump cut back to Peter sweatily playing the piano.
Good Lord.
And here's where we're going to rest for a moment.
Yes, because so much of this scene is literally just him smashing his hands on keys. Usually you watch a movie where somebody's playing a piano piece and you're like, I wonder if they actually learned that piece or if they got somebody to play it and they're just, that has got to be him, right?
He's just going like this.
Yeah, and just looking at them
and dripping sweat.
Yeah.
Like he's putting his everything into this.
Yeah.
And it's just him elbowing the keys.
Yeah.
It sounds like horror movie music, and he's playing it for a group of old men for maybe an audition. I don't know.
It's some sort of audition, or maybe his thesis or something like that.
What's he in school for?
Piano.
Anybody who went to school, is piano a major or is it a minor?
I guess it depends on where you go. A lot of places have conservatories, and then
that was a conservatory.
Yes, that's right. It was a conservatory, so he probably is majoring in piano.
I majored in felt elf hats.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these are lovely ones. They are.
Somebody gave them to me at work because I didn't have a Christmas sweater on.
No, this is since we're academics, we can tell you that the garland that Chris is wearing of tiny gnomes, there is a snowflake. This is what we call a snowflake, and then there is a small gnome face at the bottom. So this is circa 2021. I would say probably from Target.
And we will start the bidding at $10 million.
Yes.
Going once? Guess nobody, because I get to keep it.
Well,
your loss.
Yeah.
However,
you can't go back on it now.
Yeah, now I'm keeping it. Cutaway. Oh God, another one. Back to the police station. Okay, now the woman's missing her 13-year-old daughter. And this is when Chris bursts in. He wants to know why nothing's being done about Claire.
Right.
Now we're jump cutting back to the sorority. Talking about sex turtles. God, the sex turtles. So here's my favorite part of the movie. Non-scary wise. When Barb is ruining Mr. Claire's whole day.
Yeah. Yeah, for no reason other than just she's
just shitting all over him.
Yeah. She just mean.
Because she's Barb.
Yeah. What was the name of the mean girl in Sleepaway Camp?
I was just thinking about her right now.
Was it Kim?
It was not Kim. I think it was Jess, but I don't remember.
No, she had the shirt that was emblazoned with her name.
Was it Jamie?
No, we're gonna find out right now. But anyway,
it was the lady from 30 Rock.
It looked like Jenna. What's her name? Is that her name? Jenna Krakowski? Jane Krakowski.
What was her name in the TV show?
Jenna.
Was it Jenna? I don't remember. I just pictured her as Jane Krakowski. Oh, because it was supposed to be
Judy.
I would die for Judy. Okay, so now Judy's all grown up, baby, and she's got bangs. She's very intoxicated already. She's telling Claire's father about there's this breed of turtle that can have sex for 3 days straight without stopping. Claire's dad doesn't seem entertained. So now Barb is talking. She goes down to the zoo sometimes and watches the different animals have sex. She tried to watch the turtles, but she got bored, so she went to the giraffes for premature ejaculation. I don't know. I think Barb starts having an outburst because nobody's blaming her for Claire's disappearance. She's probably dead, and it's probably all they think it's all Barb's fault, which I think was just Barb feeling really guilty about it because she knows it was her fault.
Right, because she like made the girl like storm off because she was being a rude. So then what happens? I don't remember.
Phil tells Barb that she's drunk, you need to go up to bed and lay down.
Right.
And then she just sleeps the rest of the movie, and I miss it.
Right, I know, and then we get to miss Barb for the rest of the film. Meanwhile, Mr. Claire's dad, Chris, Phil, and Jess, they all go for the search party.
Oh, but either before, during, or right after that is when Peter is destroying his baby grand piano.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like kicking his heel up and smashing it down on the keys.
He has like one of those things you keep to get for the lines, you know?
Yeah.
He's like smashing this piano that had to cost like $5,000.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not his.
Yeah. So he's stable.
And like they're setting this up to let us know that Peter is a monster.
Right. And that doesn't stop. It just keeps going.
Oh, it just compounds from here.
It is well, I can't. I guess. I mean, can we just talk about the ending while we're talking about the movie?
No, we can't talk about the ending. We're talking about the movie.
Fine.
This is like the setup for the end of the movie. Okay. Like it's gonna build up to the end of it. Okay. And I can't give that away.
I'm sorry.
Not to our listeners.
Not to our listeners. I know.
There's not one goddamn person's watching us. Both of our mothers were here.
I know, and they were like, "That's enough of that. Peace."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my son said the F word.
So.
Okay, search party.
The search party is for the missing young girl, that they found out about when they went to the police station, and they just decide, hey, fuck it, like we don't have anything to do right now anyway.
Yeah, not even that cold.
Yeah, let's look for this kid. So, meanwhile. Not Betty Davis.
Right, the woman, I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
Mrs. Mack.
Is looking around the house for the cat.
Again.
And she can't find the cat, so for some reason, she looks up in the closed-off attic. Plot device, I guess.
Maybe she heard the meowing, because the cat was up there.
The cat was up there, that is true. But she goes up, and
But how would the cat climb that ladder? Because the attic... There's not steps to it. It's not like a newfangled attic. This is a 1974 attic where to get up there, it's like a ladder, like from The Invisible Man 2019, like Hereditary, that kind of attic ladder.
Yeah, and she sticks her head up and she sees Claire's body.
Oh God, this got me.
Yeah, and so she doesn't scream or anything. She just kind of knows what's about to happen, which is very chilling. It's much more chilling than when somebody starts screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I agree with you. It's really effective that she doesn't really react. She just kind of like... She
slowly turns her head around.
Yeah.
And then somebody...
is like holding on to a hook.
A big-ass hook.
A big-ass hook. And... throws it in her face.
Yeah, bludgeons her in the mouth with it.
Right.
Meanwhile... her taxi is outside honking over and over again. And like, I just want to let you know that how lucky you had it back then calling a taxi.
Right.
And then just having them wait because if this was your Uber.
You have like 2 minutes and a clock starts. And then you have to be in that car or else they take off with your money.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Which is why I don't call an Uber until I am literally like looking like Bernie Sanders by my door in my mittens and all.
Steve calls an Uber for work like not every day, like if he misses the bus or something.
Right.
And like he'll do it like 30 minutes before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my God, you're like.
What if somebody is suddenly like, I'm 8 minutes away, here I come.
And he has them delivered to the street, not in front of the house.
He's brave.
Oh God, like I would have 1 star.
I'm very like, I will get ready like 2 hours early if I'm going to call an Uber because I just want to make sure that I'm not going to get that charge. And also, like, we're not going to get into the ups and downs of Uber. We have a watcher now.
Hi, welcome. You're just joining the Uber podcast. What's your star rating? Can you tell me mine?
Not to brag, I'm a 4.9, and I think, never mind. I'll tell you why later. Why I don't think I'm a 5.
Because you won't take your headphones out.
Not even that. I entertain, like, I don't want to, but I entertain the Uber drivers that are chatty.
Oh God.
Because if I don't, then they're going to give me a bad rating.
I don't want to talk to them though.
I don't want to talk to them either, but like, I want to be able to get an Uber again.
And he's playing Meghan Trainor.
Yeah, usually they are playing something like, I had one last week that the guy was playing like straight up pop punk the entire time, but we didn't speak a word to each other. And I was like, this is the best Uber maybe that I've ever been in. No, there was one time I got into an Uber and it was like one of those ones that was like ridiculous that had like all like the Christmas lights strung up inside and everything.
I would have canceled it right as soon as I saw
it. He didn't talk to me, had Iron Man just playing on a screen in the back of the seat.
You know, the guy that DoorDashed my food yesterday showed up with the lights inside the car, the nose on the car, the antlers on the car.
And were you like, cancel?
If I wasn't so, like, I needed iced coffee so bad.
I hear you.
And he was dressed in one of those weird Christmas suits. However, he was like real cute and like built. So it's like, here's $5.
Go get another accessory for your reindeer car.
Yeah, but like, thanks.
Yeah. Anyway.
For making me walk out of work like this and everybody sees me talking to you.
We got all the way here because of the minor detail of the house mother's taxi waiting for her.
It struck me as like wouldn't work today.
No.
Like if this movie was made today, which it was, this scene wouldn't work anymore.
You can't even find a yellow cab anymore. We'll get back to this. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
After show.
So now,
so anyway, the missing girl is found at the park.
Yeah, probably not alive though.
No, she is not alive, and apparently she has been dismembered. And the mother's like screaming.
That happened.
And who's there? It's like Jess isn't there anymore.
No, but because Jess goes home immediately after they find the dead body.
Right. So she doesn't see it.
And then she gets a phone call as soon as she gets home.
She gets a phone call as soon as she gets home. And she
calls the police immediately.
Yeah, she calls the police and they're like, we can't really do anything, lady. Yeah, we found a dead girl tonight. And she's like, yeah, I know, I was there.
Like, if they can't disclose that over the phone.
I know. The cops in this movie are like so bad at being cops.
They're like the Scream 3 cops.
Dumber. Dumber.
I meant Scream 4.
Yeah, but she gets another obscene phone call. She reports it to the police. And then Peter shows up. And Peter...
He was upstairs sleeping?
Yeah, he was just upstairs.
I came over early because you weren't here. Why weren't you here? Because I was on time. Why couldn't you be on time? And she's like, I was looking for a dead girl, bitch.
Yeah, right. She's like, we found a dead girl in the park. And he's like, oh, anyway.
A likely story.
I've decided... He doesn't even say, will you marry me? He says, I've decided we're going to get married. And she's like, no. She straight up is like, no. So it's 1974. Okay? We have a character who is not only pregnant, but she wants an abortion, even though her partner doesn't want her to have one. He proposes marriage to her.
He
tries to forcibly get her to marry him. And she still says no. She says, I still want to have the abortion.
Yeah, she said, your dream is to be in the conservatory and play the piano, and my dream is not to marry you, or whatever she says.
Yes. But just like, it's 1974. If this movie was made today, can you imagine the outrage?
Yeah, because I read the comments. On the new, like I read, like the comments on this movie were talking about how woke the new one is.
But this one is like, okay, this is what I'm saying.
Do you remember the comments for Invisible Man?
I do remember the comments for Invisible Man. I didn't actually read the reviews on Letterboxd yet. I'm gonna pick one live on air because I'm
there
scared.
There weren't any bad ones, but I like randomly scrolled through and stopped on one.
I just think that I don't know whether this was purposefully feminist or not. I was actually looking for articles today while I like in between my working.
I don't know, because he literally made Porky's next.
He made Porky's next, but like you have this character, and like we'll get further into this like once we get around to the ending. But like this is a character that doesn't even exist in contemporary media. This is something that, you know, women still do in the shadows and, you know, feel in the shadows. So, yeah.
But whenever Jess says she's not going to marry him, he starts like punching the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Like white people. You know, I don't say that.
Yeah.
Like white people. You know?
Yeah.
How they start, like, when they get mad, they start punching holes in a wall or something, or like
right, yeah,
kicking a futon or something. I don't know.
But he starts like smashing the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
because he's got an anger issue apparently. But she tells him to leave, and when he's like storming out is when the lieutenant and a guy that traces phone lines come in, and they're coming to bug the phone so that they can try and catch the person who's been making the obscene phone calls. Because, you know, back at the station, there's that one cop, and they're like, you ignored this, even though there's like a girl missing from this house. And
the same house getting the obscene phone call.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, he also, like, Barb told him that the exchange, which, you know, is not something that we ever had to worry about in our lifetimes, but the telephone exchange is fellatio, and he believes her and just writes it down.
I don't know what that means.
You really don't?
I know what fellatio is. I don't know, like, why she was.
Oh.
Like, what does that have to do with anything?
She was just mean.
Yeah, but like, my phone number is only numbers.
Yeah. So phone numbers were different, I guess. There was an exchange thing. I don't know. Tell us.
Yeah.
We can talk about the 90s all day long, but when it comes to this, no fucking clue.
It's a little before my time.
A little before our time.
So anyway. The killer climbs up in the attic. He's going to visit Barb, and like Barb wakes up screaming and gasping. So Jess runs upstairs as a good friend would, and like pumps her inhaler in her mouth. So she goes back to sleep. And Jess is like, no. Barb's like, I had a dream. There was a man in my room.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, shut up, baby. You're just dreaming.
Right. Sorry, I just realized I did the math in my head and just realized that we're technically only 10 years from the 70s. So
you and I are like right now.
Well, like you and I, like we were born only about 10 years out from the 70s. How bonkers is that to think about?
I don't want to think about it at all. I'm very young.
That's because I was like, oh, that was so before our time. Then I was like, how before our time was it really? Because my brother is 14 years older than me, and he was born in 1976. So not that far ahead of our time. Wow. Actually. And actually, people who were born in 2000 are farther away from us.
Don't say things like that to me. That's literally a hate crime. Yesterday at work, some lady said something, and I'm like, no, I'm very old, thank you. She goes, you can't be older than 24. Me, the adult man in a Britney Spears t-shirt. You're right.
Who? I carded somebody the other day, and they said, thank you. Made me happy. Anyway. She's free.
Anyway.
So Barb has that nightmare.
Oh yeah, and then okay. Here's a scene that literally bothers me. There's Christmas carolers outside. Jess opens the door to them. Number one thing I would not do. Should I have Christmas carolers outside? Number two, she stares dead in their right in their eyes while they're singing whatever the song that is.
Yeah.
Did I write it down? It doesn't matter.
It wasn't Silent Night, right?
No, it was
Oh, I don't remember.
Who could tell? There's Christmas carolers, and she's just staring dead into their eyes while they sing a song to them. And then some woman goes up to the kids and says, "Get in the car, get out of here. There's a dead girl on the loose."
Right. A dead girl on the loose.
If I start a band, that's going to be the band name.
Dead girl on the loose.
I'm writing that down.
No, that's good. So while they're caroling, somebody upstairs has grabbed a crystal unicorn, which this is very Argento.
Very.
It's very Argento. So, like, you know, the killer grabs a crystal unicorn, and at this point, they're even trying to frame it to look like it's Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And Barb and her beautiful bangs and her asthma all get stabbed to death with a crystal unicorn horn. Repeatedly for a very long, like for the entire time that those kids are caroling.
Graphically, the sounds are gross.
Yeah.
This is like 70s movie magic.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure they're stabbing like a ham hock or something.
Yeah.
Gross.
Very gross. So yeah, Jess gets another call at this point, and the caller starts saying a lot of the things that Peter said to her about her wanting to get an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you want to get rid of our baby, just like getting a wart removed. And the killer repeats that.
Mm-hmm. And the cops are like, "Bitch."
Yeah.
Peter just said that to you.
Because she said, "Oh my God," after they hung up, and they were like, "What did you mean by that?" And she was like, "Nothing." Because
in the 70s, to trace a phone call, here's what happened. They had to come to your home and touch things on your phone with a screwdriver. Then, whenever your phone rings, there's a phone that rings at the police station and a phone that rings somewhere else in a phone house. Then, the man in the phone house has to run around this giant mausoleum of phone banks, touching things with a cord and plugging things in to hear you're the house calling this house. It's a whole thing. So like tapping phones now, I'm guessing the CIA does it like automatically. Back then, you could get away with anything. As long as you stayed off the phone for longer than like 20 minutes, they couldn't find you.
Right. But like, that's like something that I actually genuinely miss like happening in movies. Is like the whole like, we got to keep them on the line long enough to trace the phone call.
What about that movie with Angelina Jolie on roller skates? She worked at a phone. It was 4 hours long. I never watched it again. It was 3.5. It was over 3 hours long.
Is it The Changeling?
Yeah, that's it. I have it on DVD. You want it?
No.
I'm never watching it again.
No, I didn't like that. So I did not enjoy that movie.
I think I liked it, but I'll never know.
It's
You know what else I like? Gangs of New York. I have it on Blu-ray. I'm never going to watch it again. It's too long.
You can't, not even Gangs of New York. You can't repeat watch Gangs of New York. There's enough of that it doesn't feel like it's going, like it's taking that long.
It's been like 15 years since I've seen it. Maybe I'll watch it again. But you know what? I'm never going to watch it again? The Godfather. Too long. Stop it.
See, I got to disagree with that too. There are some movies that I can like rewatch that are super long.
Casino. I'll watch it almost any day of the week.
Yeah, like literally.
Goodfellas. I'll watch it whenever you want me to.
Pretty much any of Martin Scorsese's mob movies, except for that newer one with De Niro that was on Netflix. What was that called?
I haven't seen it.
I watched it.
Oh, how was it?
It was
probably not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really creepy because they did like the digital de-aging of like everybody.
Stop it.
Yeah, don't do that anymore. But I am like more than down to watch all fucking 80 hours of Gangs of New York whenever. Does this mean that like, okay, so wait, because I know you've watched Midsommar multiple times, and that is almost 3 hours long.
But it doesn't feel like it.
Neither does Gangs of New York.
Okay, fine, I'll watch it not tomorrow. I'll watch it before I go back to work.
Thank you.
Oh God, I'm putting this in my notes.
Also, Kingdom of Heaven. Kingdom of Heaven was also one that I have watched like multiple times, and even when it was like on TNT, like with all the commercials and shit.
And it made it like 100 hours longer.
It made it like, yeah, you just sitting there watching Kingdom of Heaven for like 7 hours straight. Yeah, and I'm like, I gotta know what happens for the 80th time. That was this week's edition of Idiot's Guide to Non-Horror in the middle of Idiot's Guide to Horror.
So if you're out there, go see Gangs of New York.
If you haven't seen Gangs of New York yet, shut up.
Or if you want to go see Casino or his cousin movie, Goodfellas.
You can't just recommend Casino to people like that's just like, you can't, because at least Gangs of New York is like...
What's not to love about Casino?
Okay, listen, I love Casino. You know me. I love Casino. But also, we're nasty bitches. And nasty bitches can handle some of the stuff that goes down in Casino.
That movie's fine. Nothing bad happens in it.
Nothing bad happens
unless you're Sharon Stone. Spoiler.
Casino is maybe one of the grodiest movies I've ever seen. It's like the mob equivalent of like fucking Cannibal Holocaust. It is nasty.
I don't think so.
It is nasty.
I think Goodfellas is grosser and sadder.
Goodfellas is so sad. Welcome to Kara and Chris talk about Martin Scorsese movies. We haven't seen Nightmare Alley yet, but I do want to.
But he was going to get made.
Don't start. You really have to watch The Sopranos.
Would I like it?
You would like The Sopranos. It's like Goodfellas, but
longer. Oh my god.
But
okay, can I ask you one personal question?
Yes.
If you had to pick one, Goodfellas or Casino?
Oh god, don't do that to me.
I've done this to my brother and my father. They both incorrectly picked.
Are we talking personal preference or cultural impact? Because I've been silent for a personal preference. Okay. Because I think that Goodfellas has a more obviously tangible, measurable cultural impact. But I feel like I enjoy Casino more.
You're the only person I've ever met that agrees with me.
Okay. I'm glad. I was so scared.
Because my brother and father both incorrectly chose Goodfellas.
Well, Goodfellas is, like I said, it's like measurably, like it's got like a heavy like cultural impact, and like it's like probably like a tangibly like better constructed film.
Yeah.
But Casino's just
Sharon Stone.
It's nutso kabutso, and like, yeah. Let's finish talking about Black Christmas.
Okay, we're gonna power through this. We're gonna get right back to Casino. Please join us next week when the movie's Casino. The horror movie Casino.
I would. Yeah. It's basically a horror movie, right? Mob movies are basically horror movies. There's violence.
There's violence.
It's the same thing.
There's diamonds in your hair.
It's not the same thing at all.
No.
Even though Uncut Gems gave me more. Okay, we'll get back to it. Go.
All right. So, there's a shadow moving around outside. Peter wasn't around during the first call tonight in the house. Nobody cares. There's random search partiers who come to ask if anything suspicious is going on. And it's really weird. Like, they're really weird. They're like, lock your doors and your windows. You'll be safe.
Yeah, even though they came to the window and they're like, hey!
Yeah.
What's going on in there, see?
Literally. So eventually they shoo them out, and Phil's like, I'm going to go check on Barb. And she goes to Barb's room. She walks in and the door closes immediately behind her. Yeah.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I'm afraid we'll never see her again, but we don't know.
We don't ever see her again. We're close enough to the end of the movie that we can just be straight out.
Oh yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, Phil dies.
She's dead.
We don't see how it happens. We just know that like the next time the door is open to Barb's room, her and Barb are, their bodies are bloody and propped up.
And like holding each other.
Yeah, cuddling each other.
So now the police go back to the piano house and they see that broken up piano. Jess gets another phone call. This time it's from Billy and Billy's mother or somebody and father. The phone trapper. Oh fuck! I got chills during this part, by the way.
When he got the call.
Yeah.
When he traced the call and he like says, okay.
Ooh.
So like, I know. So they finally get, they're on the line long enough finally that they can trace the call. The lineman finally traces the call, and he calls the lieutenant and he tells the location. And he's like, the lieutenant's like, that can't be right. That's the house.
Yeah, you got it backwards, buddy.
Yeah, and the lineman says, no, you don't understand. That's what's happening. The call is coming from inside the house. Yeah, I have chills now too. This movie's so scary.
And like, I know that might not seem scary to you now because every movie says that.
Right.
But in the moment when it happened, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Chef kiss.
So, they're like, then the one cop calls and he's like, Jess, we need you to just walk towards the door and walk out. And like, he doesn't tell her to like get in a car and leave or anything.
No,
He's just like, walk towards the door and walk out.
He'll be there in 5 minutes, you know. And if you fuck this up, you're fired.
But eventually, like, she's like, what do you mean? Like, why are you saying this? And he's like, the calls are coming from inside the house. And so he's like, get out of there, get out of there. And she does.
She says no.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm going to go investigate strange noises, actually, sir.
I would just walk outside, guys.
I know. But Jess is like, I gotta find out if, you know, this man whose child I'm carrying is the killer.
Yeah. So she grabs herself a fire poker and starts screaming.
Yeah.
She goes to Barb's room. Has to kick the door down.
She does kick the door down, and she sees Barb. Like we said, Barb and Phil's bodies holding each other.
The guy's behind the door though, and he grabs for her.
Yeah, and while making the noises, the like sleepaway camp. That gives me like feelings.
She makes a break for it.
She goes to the basement and shuts herself in the basement.
Not first. She goes to the front door first, but remember those.
It's locked from the inside.
She can't figure it out right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
It's locked from the outside. I mean, yeah. For somehow it's locked. She can't get out.
I don't know how that happens.
I don't know either.
Because my door locks from inside and outside.
Right.
It's not like the invitation where there's just a key.
A key to lock from the inside.
Stop it.
Makes no sense.
No.
Thanks.
Unless you're trying to like trap people in your house. Listen to our episode on the invitation.
Yeah, please listen to our episode on the invitation. That was our Thanksgiving episode.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
And happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas.
So she makes a break for it. The door won't open. He grabs her by the hair, but she breaks away like Kelly Clarkson, which you got me singing that song all day today. Yeah. She gets to the basement. She puts the little deadbolt, the thinnest deadbolt you've ever seen. She puts it on, and he's just like banging on that door.
Right, and he can't get past that.
It's like a pencil.
He scaled a trellis and climbed in through an attic window.
And then murdered 3 women.
But
well, one of them up the ladder.
And maybe a child. We don't know.
And maybe his mother, father. Bob Clark didn't know, and neither do we.
But she's like hiding in the basement, and then
God,
Peter.
Oh, he's just out there.
He's out. Why does he know that she's in the basement? So he's like, Jess, are you in there, Jess? And then why does he just break a fucking window?
Yeah, poor Peter kicks the window in, and then because the murderer had tuckered himself out by now, and he's no longer banging the doors when Peter kicks the window in, and he's like, Jess, you in here, Jess? I can see you, Jess. Why are you hiding from me?
Yeah. She starts like backing up, and then it cuts.
Like literally, this is the red herring.
Right. Because, we'll
get there in
that's what I wanted to say earlier, and that's why I wanted to discuss it before, because like I just wanted to point out all of the ridiculous red herrings, because when the cops show up, they find Jess in the basement. She has killed Peter because she believed he was the killer. We all believed it. Killer,
except for me, because here in my notes I wrote red herring. Wait, where did I put that?
Red herring. Is this a red herring or is he the killer?
I don't know. I didn't like.
Yeah.
I literally could not tell.
I mean,
because they set him up to be either.
I definitely thought he was the first time I saw this, for sure. 100% thought he was.
But I thought they were making it so obvious that he couldn't have been.
Yeah, and he wasn't.
He
was not the killer. So they just put Jess to bed
They put her right to bed.
in a house full of murder.
But they never looked in the attic, first of all.
They never looked in the
They
attic.
never found Claire's body. They never found Mrs. Mack's body.
Nope.
That cat might be up there, alive and well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Claire's dad's in a shock coma.
Yeah.
They had to carry him out, and they start dragging out bodies. And that's it. That's the movie. Then the camera goes upstairs.
Well, we hear the killer's voice in the attic, and that's how we know it wasn't Peter.
Yeah.
So
oh god, I got the chills.
We don't know. The camera just pans slowly out of the house.
It's perfect. And then the phone rings. It gets louder and louder. There's no end credit music.
Right.
The phone just rings louder and louder until I had to turn the TV off. You were scared. I was scared. I texted you right away.
Yeah, you did. You did text me right away. I was working and I got out of work and I was like, oh.
I'm still scared.
It's scary. It's a very scary movie. So that's Black Christmas. It's a terrifying film.
Yeah, and is Tamra home?
Oh, don't even start with me.
You know, home invasion movies do things to me.
I know. Every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror,
we talk about home invasion movies.
We do talk about home invasion movies quite a bit, but we also like to take you for a walk down Letterboxd Street.
Ooh, we need theme music here.
Yeah, skittle about. Yeah.
So somebody save that, record it, send it back to us. So I'm gonna go first this week, per usual, because Kara has yet to find hers.
Yeah.
Not per usual, but I guess most of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the time. Not all the time.
I definitely so sometimes my issue is that I will log things on Letterboxd throughout the week, and then I will read reviews from people about the things that I've watched, and then I become annoyed with the people on Letterboxd and don't want to look at it anymore. So that's what's happening.
I still haven't logged Black Christmas yet, which I've logged every movie I've watched since I started it, which hasn't been all year, but it's been a lot of the year. What are we talking about? Oh, so my review is from somebody named Ben Peterson, who gave it 5 stars, and they say, the best of everything, the most unsettling of all, the scariest POV shots, the legit terrifying phone calls, the best cast. It can be funny, it's never dull, it has moment after moment of terror and memorable scenes, it has unanswered questions and mystery, it has existential dread, and it is very much so in the moment fear. That's not really saying that. A perfect movie. Yeah.
So I just found one already from KYK. They gave it 4 stars and said, always thought the den mother with the hidden bottles of whiskey in the book/toilets was iconic, but tonight I noticed Margot Kidder just crack open a can of beer at the police station. My queen.
Oh, God. And we'll get back to that whenever we're talking about things we like about this movie.
I love her.
So, Bechdel test. This movie passes the Bechdel test.
It does, indeed.
It is almost all women, and plus that whole Papa don't preach, I'm not keeping this baby moment.
Right.
DuVernay test, there are no people of color.
None.
Try again next time. Maybe the woke one has some. Don't know. Now, what would you give us on Idiot's Guide to Gore? Because I gave it too high, I think.
I think that maybe it is a little high. You have it set at a 4.5. I would probably give it maybe a 3 or a 2 3/4.
Okay. Because really the only scene is the velvet unicorn.
Right.
The crystal unicorn.
The crystal unicorn, yes, a velvet unicorn.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be so nice against the skin?
Now I want one. Yeah. I would give it around a 2 3/4 or a 3 because we don't really we see gory bodies.
Yeah.
But we don't really see a lot of gore. Also, it's not gory, but the scene where Claire dies is fucking harrowing. It's upsetting. It's really hard to watch.
Also, the very first phone call is
disgusting.
If gore could be a sound.
Yes. Yeah. It's disgusting. All right. Ready to get our keys?
Oh. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Can somebody grab my keys?
Oh, I'll give you the keys because every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror, we like to give you never mind, I'll try that again. We like to imagine that we've been given the keys to remake or reboot the film that we've been talking about. In this case, we would not be original at all because it would be the third time.
The third remake.
The third remake, yeah.
There was a 2009 Black Christmas and a 2019 Black Christmas.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong about both of those years. Don't at me.
Yeah. So we like to imagine that we've been given the keys to remake or reboot it. Then we would say what we would keep and what we would throw out the second that we got the chance. So it looks like once again we've been pretty simpatico.
We usually are.
Yeah. So I guess we can just sort of discuss what we thought was flawless and.
Okay, can I go like that wreath on the door?
Mm-hmm.
Terrifying. Why would you have a wreath with only red lights on it?
Yeah, that is like a weird aesthetic choice. But like, let us know if that was like a thing in the 70s. If that was because like sometimes I really like to go to estate sales and look at vintage Christmas decorations because they're like creepy.
Gross.
Man. They're creepy. Yeah, they're weird. I like them. They're not creepy on purpose.
No.
It's definitely an accident.
I'm sure it was like in vogue back then.
Right.
But like now we just have like what inflatable Santas in our front yards or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Your place looks adorable, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I decorated the entire thing for less than $10.
That's amazing.
Those lights were $1. Each string of lights was $1. And then I had to buy something I plug into my light bulb socket out because I have no plugs outside. So the tree came pre-lit, and the decorations, I can't get into them. The baubles, what do you call them? Ornaments.
Ornaments. Baubles.
Yeah, that's what they call it in England.
Yes, I like that word better.
Yeah, me too. So I can't get into the baubles.
All right. Well, anyway, that wreath with red lights, yeah. It was definitely like it's an aesthetic. It's an aesthetic choice. It's scary. There's a Clarence, and he's being distractingly cute. Let me get a little bit of that. Let me get a little bit.
So the one thing I believe we agree on the most about what was flawless in this movie was Margot Kidder.
Oh my god.
Who played Barb with the bangs and the cigarettes and the police beer.
I was just enamored.
No.
I've seen this movie before, but for some reason this time she came on the screen and I was like, Queen. Yeah. Queen. Uh-oh.
I was gonna burp. I have a burp, buddy. I was gonna say she should have been the main character. However, we can get to that and what we would have changed.
Well, I
yeah, Jess was great. Whoever played Jess? Oh,
Olivia Hussey.
Olivia Rodrigo.
But I will say, because this isn't on the list, that I do think that it's fantastic and insane that this movie was made in 1974 and that we have a final girl that wanted an abortion, that rejected marriage, that was sticking up, like self-advocating the entire movie and like calmly asserting herself, not at all being like hysterical or stupid or anything. Like she was just a strong woman with goals and dreams, and
she was English.
She was also English. And when it came down to it, when she thought that her boyfriend was the killer, she murdered that guy.
She ended his life.
She ended his life. So
and took a nap right afterwards.
I have to say that, like, even though yes, I agree that there should have been more Margot Kidder, I think that Jess is a really underrated final girl.
I know. I wish that Margot would have been awake. Like,
I know. She's
nothing against Phil, because I also like Phil, but Margot could have also been awake during those things and taken a nap much later.
I agree. There was a lot of Margot sleeping.
Yeah.
I like the way that you worded this, so you can go ahead and.
I'm going to read it verbatim the way I have it written down. When the police said the call is coming from inside the house, my fucking soul left my motherfucking body.
Yeah, there's something really potent about that scene.
God.
And I didn't realize it until you pointed out that you had goosebumps, that I had goosebumps.
Because like I feel like every movie says the call is coming from inside the house now.
Yeah, every movie does do that. Not to mention the fact that like that's not really a thing anymore.
No, because I mean, it could be.
It
Like,
could
if you go
be.
upstairs, you can call me from inside my own house.
Right, I
'Cause I
can.
have no landline.
I can, but it's not like the tracing element of
Right.
it, like where they spent all of this time and all like, there's all this suspense built up about like where this guy is and like,
Yeah.
Then it turns out that he's like right there.
Because Felt had a different landline in her room with a
Right.
different phone number, which was a thing because my mom used to have one. My mom had her own phone line in her mom's house.
Right. She didn't want to share the
Yeah.
phone with all those girls.
My mom had 4 brothers.
Oh, well, I mean the house mother in this movie.
Oh.
Yes.
But
I mean, also, yeah, she probably didn't want to share the phone with all those boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she had her own phone line, and she could have called from inside the house. So that, and then the ending is perfect.
It is. The ending is perfect. It's ambiguous, which is,
good.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that it's that ambiguous. I think she's gonna die, but we don't.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
We don't.
But we never learn who the killer is.
We never learn who the killer is.
We only see one eyeball the entire time, and that would feel like a cameraman eyeball.
Right.
Like they grabbed somebody, like Michael Myers from Halloween. They grabbed somebody, put him in a hat, and said, "Here you go."
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I also think that it is like really good at setting up red herrings. I think that it's a fantastic ensemble cast. They all have great chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where they're all like standing around listening to the call for the first time is really unnerving, and it has a lot to do with like all of them communicating wordlessly how uncomfortable they are.
Except for Barb. Barb's like,
yeah,
hey, or whatever.
Yeah.
She's
Barb,
too cool.
Yeah, she is too cool. But this movie's just really scary. Mm-hmm. It just really does scary very well.
Yeah, because I want you to understand, like, yes, this movie's from 1974, but me, a man here in 2021, is still, like, afraid for Kara to leave because I'll be home alone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How do I know there's nobody in my basement trying to murder me?
Well, Clarence would tell you, right?
He won't go in the basement. He's never even been down there.
You've never been in the basement?
He's afraid of the steps. He only likes the carpeted steps upstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got that traction. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, it is like, especially for like that time period. I'm not saying that like, because I still think Rosemary's Baby is an effectively scary movie.
It is effectively, but it's not like.
It doesn't like. Well, I guess maybe not. Like I would like. I think like as a woman, Rosemary's Baby hits me in a place that like.
Yeah, like the Pierce Brosnan movie.
Yes. Yeah. Both of the one with Alana Glazer, what was it? False Positive.
False Positive.
Yeah. Both of those hit me in a place that like
that I'll never understand.
Yes. But this one, home invasion, it could happen to you. Mm-hmm. It could happen to anybody.
Tamara Home. I love that movie. So why does it have such a low rating?
People really hate it. I don't understand why.
I think Liv Tyler smoking inside for 90 minutes.
I need to rewatch it, but people are like, "Oh, it's really bad," and I'm like, "Bad where?"
It's not great, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it eventually.
Yeah, it's the second one. Don't watch that.
I did watch it, and I need to rewatch it because there was something there.
Okay, I'll watch it again.
There was something there. I did not like it, and then I was like, you know what? There is something here that I need to revisit.
Mm-hmm. All right, but I will also revisit it while on vacation. So, if you could change something, what would it be?
So, other than the thing that you have written down, which I will let you unveil, I really kind of can't think of anything.
Yeah, mine's just superfluous.
I feel like even the fluff in this movie doesn't necessarily feel like fluff, like all the things of like the cop being goofy and like the girls like antics before
and even Bad Santa.
Yeah, before everything starts going down. I think that it all just works really well. Mm-hmm. And it's still a short movie. It's still like a tight 90.
It's maybe 100 minutes.
No, it's less than. It's like an hour and 30 minutes long. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good. I wrote down I would have given Margot Kidder more screen time, but only because I would.
Right.
There's not much else I would change. I honestly cannot think of anything else I would change. So there's that. Remake it. Give Margot. I want to say Margot Robbie. Yeah, give Margot Robbie some screen time too while you're at it. Why not? So Kara, what would you rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 5?
5.
Oh yeah, I agree, 5.
Yeah, it's a perfect film.
And I'm shocked by that because I haven't seen it before. Why did I wait so long to see it?
I don't know. I was really glad that you liked it.
Like the title might be dumb, but then I read that Bob Clark named it Black Christmas as a play on White Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, which I do love White Christmas. Actually, it's a garbage movie. It's. I mean, I know I'm gonna have a lot of people get really mad at me for that, but White Christmas is not a good movie. We just all like it. It's not. We have the same mass hysteria. That doesn't mean that it's actually good.
Well, I don't like his other Christmas movie.
Which one? A Christmas Story.
Yeah. I could take it or leave it.
I don't like A Christmas Story, and I was just talking with people about this at the theater the other day.
Do they like it?
No, everybody else was like, man, not good.
Why are they playing it 24 hours a day? Do they still do that on TNT?
They do still do that on TNT.
Why wouldn't it be Christmas Vacation?
I don't know. It's a far better movie.
Beverly D'Angelo. There you go.
Beverly D'Angelo. Also, just like, I'm sorry. I know that it's overplayed, but that Shitter's Fool line is just funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny, okay?
Yeah. Dennis or Randy Quaid, whichever one that is.
Randy. Dennis is the one that...
Oh, from the Parent Trap, of the Olsen Twins Parent Trap.
The Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap.
Yeah.
That was when we were... That was and introducing Lindsay Lohan. Did I see it on your Instagram story today that there was a photo of Lindsay Lohan and Lana Del Rey together when they were children?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
well, it wasn't me. I was tagged in that. And then I shared that tag in a post.
You have to make sure that everybody knows.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a perfect 5 out of 5. Truly just a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm. So if you're much like me, who've been avoiding it for the last 40 years of your life.
40.
I don't know how old that movie is.
How old are you?
30.
Exactly. So it hasn't been. You haven't been avoiding it for 40 years.
I've been actively avoiding it since my birth.
Yes.
Thinking it'd be bad. But only on nothing.
We'll have to watch the others.
Yeah, I'll watch both of them back to back tonight. No, I won't. I'm not gonna be awake much longer.
I hear you. So yeah, anyway, that was Black Christmas, everybody. We wanted to do a Christmas movie for you, and I wanted to do one that was actually scary.
And I think you succeeded because it worked today. I was talking about Krampus, and we agreed that it's not scary.
It's not scary. It's fun.
It is fun.
It's really fun, but it's not scary. The only other Christmas movie that I would say is like genuinely unnerving would be Better Watch Out.
I don't think I've seen that either.
Oh.
Well, I'm not watching it tonight.
Oh, you can't watch it tonight, but you've got to watch it.
Like between this and The Night House, I'm never sleeping.
I really need to see The Night House.
And, I've seen The Night House 2 weeks ago, and I still think about it every day, constantly.
I really got to see it. I got to see it. All right. So also every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror, we like to give you a couple of recommendations that have nothing to do with horror movies. We call it Idiot's Guide to Non-Horror.
We're very clever that way.
We're so clever. Chris, do you want to tell us more about it?
So while at work and at home, I've been listening to a podcast because I ran out of Attitudes podcast, formerly Throwing Shade podcast, and I've been listening to the Ask Rana podcast with Brian.
Whatever, Aaron Gibson, whatever you're going through, we love you.
We love you, and
we hope you're okay.
Yeah. However, I've been listening to a podcast without Aaron Gibson, but it does include Brian Safi and Ronna Glickman, who is not a real person. So if you're going to listen to this podcast, I need you to know that Ronna does not exist as a real person. However, her backstory is so immaculate that I would not know she doesn't exist if I didn't know that.
I did not know that Ronna Glickman was not a real person. I'm learning this for the first time.
Hi. Ronna Glickman does not exist.
I'm gonna fucking throw up right now. I'm so mad.
It's Jessica Chastain. Chaffin.
Oh my God.
She's been playing Rana for like 15 years now, and she has the most concrete ironclad backstory that if you did not know she wasn't real, you wouldn't know she wasn't real.
I had no idea. I'm so stupid.
No, you're not.
Oh my
No,
God.
you're not stupid. She never said she's not real. You wouldn't know that.
Oh my God.
Is she verified on Twitter yet? I don't know. Look at the questions. People also ask, is Rana real? So,
anyway.
She hosts a weekly advice podcast. It's bi-weekly, twice a week. If you are a Patreon subscriber, where they give advice, it's funny. So if you need something, they have a book club once a month. They have a movie marathon party once a month. And yeah, it's like easy breezy, non-topical, so you can listen to it in any order. It's just fun.
I am like, while Chris is talking, I'm sitting here looking and trying to figure out how I did not know that this was a character. I can't. How did I not know that this was a character? Yeah, Carl Tart.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Tart probably knew.
Carl Tart knew, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think that deep down we all know.
I didn't
know. Because it's Jessica Chapman in a wig and an accent. Jessica Chapman, who was on the hit Netflix show Big Mouth as one of those sex demons.
Dude, Big Mouth, listen, as much as I'm having issues with being Team John Mulaney these days, Big Mouth is still one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
I still am Team John
Mulaney. I think I might be Team Ex-Wife.
No, he's so handsome.
But he's a bad man.
But he's so handsome. And he's so funny.
He is very funny, but you know what? So was Bill Cosby. Not that I'm putting what he did in line with Bill Cosby, but
he made Stefan.
He didn't make Stefan. I know it hurts. I mean, you know, he did some messed up shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna have a weird parasocial thing about John Mulaney right now. We can have the weird parasocial discussion about John Mulaney after we stop recording. So this week, for my Idiot's Guide to Non-Horror, I am obsessed with the show Yellow Jackets on Showtime. So we've got Juliette Lewis, Melanie Lynskey, Christina Ricci. Did I recommend this last week?
No.
I did not. Okay, making sure. And they all, I don't know, it's not necessarily horror, I guess. But the storyline is that there was a girls soccer team that was flying to like national championships, and their plane crashed, and they turned to cannibalism to survive, and they formed like cannibalistic clans. So it's going back and forth between, you know, that point in 1996 and now, and there's like a mystery. It's so good. It is so good. It is like,
oh, and I can watch it because it's on Pluto.
It's on Pluto, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're putting it on everything, aren't they?
Oh, this is all premium. You need a
okay.
You need a Showtime subscription to watch.
Yeah. What do you mean? What happened?
Me?
Somebody who was watching us just texted and said what happened, but we're still recording, so
yeah.
So anyway, okay, we're still going. Yeah, that's my recommendation would be Yellow Jackets. I don't know if I really have any Christmas recommendations. Oh, here's a fun one. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? There is a right answer to this.
Oh God, now I'm gonna double think this. Yes, of course. I think it is.
Yes.
Only okay, but I also think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a Christmas movie.
It doesn't take much. Okay, I've been having this argument because, okay, so I recently started working part-time at a small theater just to be closer to the movies, right?
Yeah,
So right now we're showing Die Hard, and we always have in the lobby, like, our tip jars are set up so that there's 2 tip jars, and then we put like 2 signs on either side, and it's like, vote for your favorite with your tips. And like sometimes it's like 2 different like movies or whatever that are in theme with the week. This week we have Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And every time I see somebody put $1 in Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, I just want to be like, what makes a Christmas movie to you? What makes a Christmas movie
I don't know.
Because everybody says it's a wonderful. Nobody would debate that It's a Wonderful Life is not a Christmas movie, when in fact it has the same issue as everybody has with Die Hard, which is like, oh, it's just a movie that takes place on Christmas.
Cool.
So is It's a Wonderful Life, bitch.
Awesome.
Did he like interact with Santa? Is he Santa? Then no, it's still just a movie that takes place at Christmas time. Same with White Christmas. That movie is just, it's a like post-war movie that takes place at Christmas time.
What was that one movie that was a Christmas movie, but only to me? It had the girl with the long hair.
Oh, okay.
When I said this last time at work, somebody got it right away.
Oh.
She's a prostitute. There's a cop in it. 2 cops. One of them's a crooked cop.
Long hair, prostitute.
She was also not Batman. She was not in the first Tim Burton Batman, but I think she was. Does that help?
No, unfortunately it does not.
Not Jerry Hall. Does that help?
You're like, does that help when I'm clearly still looking off through the space-time continuum, trying to figure out what it is that you're talking about?
Not Jerry Hall. I googled Jerry Hall. Damn it. Why would I Google Jerry Hall?
But anyway, that's my little Batman. She was in the second Batman, okay. That's my little rant, is that like you can't say that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie and then call other things Christmas movies when they are simply shit that just takes place at Christmas time. Like A Christmas Story. What makes A Christmas Story a Christmas movie?
Well, it takes place on Christmas.
It takes place on Christmas. Yeah, so that's my Christmas rant. That's my Christmas rant, everybody. You can't be picky about what is and is not a Christmas movie. You guys say that Love Actually is a Christmas movie. That's just a bunch of people being problematic at Christmas time.
I don't really care for Love Actually.
I used to love it, but every year I get a little more and more cool on it.
Okay. Googling a movie about a woman who looks like a woman but she's a prostitute does not help me at all.
No, that does not help you.
It's also not Pretty Woman.
I was going to say, everybody's probably like Pretty Woman.
Oh, Batman. I'll never remember it, so I hope you're all happy.
We're going to figure it out.
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential. That is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They play on Christmas.
All I need. I can't remember her.
I can just Google it now.
Is it? It's not Sarah Jessica Parker, is it?
No.
All I need is just to see like Christmas lights. That's a Christmas movie.
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. God damn it, we run a movie podcast.
We run a horror movie podcast.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, you can email us questions, comments, recommendations to idiotsguidetohorror@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Twitter at Kim Basinger.
Yes, please follow us on Twitter at Kim Basinger. Mm-hmm. My name is Kim Basinger.
And my name is Basinger Kim. So.
And I am beautiful and have great boobs.
Yeah, and yes. I'm her twin sister who looks like her in that movie, but I'm not really her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My hair is long and blonde and wavy.
Mm-hmm. Mine is also long and blonde and wavy.
Yes. You can follow us on Instagram at Idiot's Guide to Horror. on Facebook.com/horror idiots, which is where some of you are watching the live stream right now. Hello. We are also on YouTube, which we have started simultaneously broadcasting the live streams to YouTube as well.
Maybe you're watching it there right now. And
maybe you're watching it there. Hello.
I can't figure out how to put it also on Instagram to do it like a Instagram live.
Figure it out eventually.
Oh, God.
But please continue to rate our podcast on iTunes to help other more horror movie fans find us. Tell a friend. Hey, thank you so much, everybody. We are coming up on our end of the year show, which will be number 45, which is crazy.
Which is almost in a row.
That is almost it. We had 1 week that we skipped because
I had a mental breakdown.
Yeah, we were not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us was in a good place and could make a podcast that week. But otherwise, you guys have been listening to us for 45 weeks straight, which is bonker balls.
Can you believe that? This started off with Eraserhead.
Also,
we'll talk about that next week, I guess.
On a personal note, I didn't write for a long time, and then I just finally wrote something and put it out there the other day, and you guys have read it. Almost 200 of you have read it.
And if you haven't read it, I need you to read it, and I need you to go watch I'm Thinking of Ending Things so we can talk about that. And is it a horror movie?
What do you think?
No.
Really?
The ending is not a horror movie. The horror movie is only the beginning half.
But still, once again, does that not a horror movie make? If it makes you uncomfortable, if it scares you, if it makes you feel unsettled, if it disturbs you, even if it's just for half of it.
But the ending is so off the walls bonkers that I can't.
It's so sad. I bawl my eyes out. But
we almost, guys at home, we almost did I'm Thinking of Ending Things. But after we watched it and watched it again, we could not tell if we could possibly cover it.
Right. It would be so difficult to. I think that we could have like a mini episode where we talk about it without doing a walkthrough of it.
Yeah.
But definitely one of my favorite movies of, I think it was 2020. I can't remember if it was 2021 or not.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out next week.
Yeah. But yeah, next week will be our last episode of the year. Thank you so much.
Yeah, C'est La Vie to season 1. I don't know what C'est La Vie means. It's like that song by Bewitched.
So the way it opens up with like, what? Why does that song open up with one of the girls being like, "Some people say I look like my dad," and another girl goes like, "Are you kidding? Like, why is?"
I also need to thank you because I watched that train music video 3 times today at work.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Shut up, leave me alone. This song slaps."
It does. That first Train album like actually whips, but I mean like those 2 songs do.
Yeah.
Those 2 songs that I know do.
I can't name another. I mean, Hey Soul Sister. I can name that.
That
one.
Was way later and it's bad.
I hated it.
It's so bad.
I didn't like Drops of Jupiter.
You don't like Drops of Jupiter?
No, everyone's like, it made me cry.
It makes me cry.
Okay. I gotta listen to it again. I haven't listened to it. I just listened to that one today. Whatever that one's called.
Meet Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because
when that chorus comes in.
It was on MTV Classic, and I messaged Chris, and I was like, listen, like, I don't know if you remember the video for Meet Virginia, but why does this go so hard? Why is Rebecca Gayheart here? Why does the lead singer of Train look like he's from a Hallmark movie? Yeah, he's like a very specific brand of handsome.
Yeah.
That's like bad actor handsome.
Like if he ever needs to get out of Train, but still needs to make a living, he could like run a Christmas tree farm somewhere in a Hallmark movie.
Yes, exactly. Yes, he's like definitely somebody's hometown boyfriend that you know she's going to leave her hard-fought career for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's not going to have a fancy latte or a coffee drink. She's going to drink her coffee black. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As she used to roll around in horse shit. Why? Oh, you're too good to roll around in horse shit now?
Yeah, and this town doesn't take credit cards.
No.
It's just like Willy's Wonderland.
It is like Willy's Wonderland. Every Hallmark movie is actually Willy's Wonderland, and that's how we're ending this podcast.
Yeah, so, yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Go home, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for a wonderful year. You are the gift. We love you, and we will see you next week for a very special show.
Yeah, arrivederci. Never waste your pain.
Good night. I don't even know. Are we talking to anybody still?
There's one person here.
Who are you?
Who out there? Romeo.
So next week, we are not doing a particular movie. We are doing an awards show, and it will be the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, we need to talk about whether or not we're going to try to record while we're in LA, or if we're just going to skip that week. It would be too complicated.
We could probably just record early. Like we can probably bank some.
Mm-hmm.
We can just bust out some dumb movies.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't have the skills to pull off a clip show yet, so.
Yeah, like we can't do a best of.
Which we do need to at some point this weekend. We should probably do a Zoom call and get our tickets sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to LA. Mother, you already know this.
My mom knows too, but my mom dipped. My mom's probably in bed.
I didn't know if she was mad at me for my feelings about the movie.
No one's ever seen this movie.
Oh, well, I meant like, I didn't know if some of the things that I said aligned with views.
I don't. No, they didn't. Speaking of that, my dad's like, am I seeing you for Christmas? I'm like, COVID. He's like, I'd like to see my son. We should be doing this online. I'm going to get back to him.
Anyway, so yeah. I don't know. Hi, Mom.
So I think when we're in LA, we can bank like 2 movies, easy breezies.
Right.
Or like do one long 2-parter.
Yeah.
Because we talked for like 2 hours anyway. So we could just release 2 1-hour episodes.
Right. And we can maybe just like jump on a live when we're there and be like, hey guys, look, it's like the house from Poltergeist or whatever.
Or like, hey, we're at House of the Devil, except we're not in the right city or state.
Yeah, that's the opposite side of the country.
Or what else is there? Every Paranormal Activities. Here we are.
Yeah. No, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna do those haunted ghost tours.
Please.
I'm gonna go see a murder tour. We're gonna go to Murder House from that TV show.
American Horror Story.
You think that's a real house?
Probably. I mean, I went to the one from season 3 when I was in New Orleans. Yeah. And I don't even like American Horror Story, but I was just like, oh, there it is. I was walking past it in the Garden District, and I was like, well.
I really like the killer from Scream 4. I can't tell you who it is because we're live.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Scream.
Yeah, when is that? Like
January
3 weeks?
14th. We should get our tickets.
2 weeks.
That's 3 weeks away.
You need your COVID card and a mask for the thing.
Okay, that's fine. That's what my theater does too. You are required to be vaccinated.
And I accidentally joined the membership.
Yeah.
Because they trick you into it. Like, please donate.
Wait, the Cultural Trust?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. I couldn't figure out what my
like,
email is, so I'm probably missing out on like a bunch of perks and shit.
They're like, oh, we know these tickets are free, but please give us $50. Okay. So okay, I give you 25. How's that? And they're like, fine, yeah, whatever you want.
You. Yeah. So, hi, Mom.
Hello.
Usually our fan is here. Our fan must have been busy tonight.
Yeah, raising his kids.
Raising his kids.
I always say our fan. We know we only have the one.
We have one very loyal fan.
Can I say real quick here live on the internet that we got 68 followers this week on Instagram?
Was that?
Oh, 48. We went from 400 to 448.
I mean, I did post us on the Nightlight.
It's working.
We have more than I do.
However, we're only getting 10 likes per everything.
We'll figure it out. We're making it. Oh, another person came in.
Hey.
Who's here?
Hey, is it my mother again?
Who's here? Who's here?
We're not going to leave till you tell us. And as soon as you tell us we're leaving.
Here? This is the after party.
Yeah.
You're not being recorded. You're just on live. Who's here?
We won't tell anybody.
I'm blinking at you slowly like a cat to let you know that I'm safe.
Yeah, and I'll let you watch Clarence poop if that helps.
I mean, it might be magical. He's very tiny.
Because if he looks back at you, that means
they left. It was my slow blink. I'm sorry. It was too eager.
Because if a dog watches you while you watch them go to the restroom, it means they trust you to protect them.
That's really cute. That's really cute, Clarence. I'm gonna eat some more Chinese food.
Virginia. So we're gonna go now.
Yeah.
Because we're very old and tired.
I am so old and tired.
And I'm gonna take the world's longest bubble bath, and maybe, just maybe, watch the Royal Tenenbaums for the 4th time this month.
We are doing a Wes Anderson week soon at the theater. But it's the French Dispatch. We're really excited because we actually got the French Dispatch, Life Aquatic, and Rushmore, which I'm very excited because Rushmore is my favorite.
Oh, not mine.
You hate it?
No, I love Rushmore. However, my favorite is controversial. It's
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing with Moonrise Kingdom. I like it up until the point when we have to see children in a sexual situation, and then I do not appreciate it.
How do you feel about the Royal Tenenbaums?
I have similar feelings.
What about, I hated the Darjeeling Limited. Sorry.
I don't even remember the Darjeeling Limited other than just like that was my phase where I had like I needed to watch everything that Jason Schwartzman was in.
Yeah, I mean, that's still...
Yeah, his presence definitely encourages me to watch something that I wouldn't otherwise watch.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about Grand Budapest Hotel?
I love Grand Budapest Hotel. Holy shit, what a movie.
I know. Maybe I'll watch that tonight.
What a movie.
Maybe I hate Moonrise Kingdom, but I feel like I love it.
I didn't hate it at all. I didn't hate it. It just made me uncomfortable. I don't think that like we needed to see those kids getting busy.
Mm-hmm. How is Wes Anderson so amazing, though?
I don't know. Did you like Isle of Dogs?
I didn't watch it. Did you like it?
I loved it, but I don't think I've ever cried that hard in my life.
And I'm not going to watch it tonight. Who are you? If you're just joining us, the podcast recording is over, and now we're just bullshitting about Wes Anderson.
We are just bullshitting about Wes Anderson. Also, we can get back to our Casino Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah. So, Casino is the better movie.
No, Goodfellas is the better movie technically. Casino is the one that's more fun to watch.
More fun.
Personally, for us. Like,
so if you're into a 3-hour movie, watch Goodfellas, then Casino back to back, and see if you cry harder at one of them.
You will definitely cry harder at Goodfellas.
Oh
also,
God.
like,
who keeps leaving?
I don't know. Somebody keeps coming in and then walking out on us, and it's hurting me. It's giving me issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that you would like The Sopranos a lot.
Okay. Because right now, me and Dana and I are having a watch party for Shutdown. And so far, that just includes Arrested Development again. Because I said I can't watch Gilmore Girls again. I said I can, I just don't want to watch it a third time in one calendar year.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And she says, okay, what do you want to watch over Shutdown? And I said, I don't know. And she goes, I said something. She says, you sound like Jessica Walters. I said, why don't we just watch Arrested Development? It's
funny, I just started rewatching that the other day.
Yeah. How do you feel about the horrible Netflix seasons?
Okay, so there was the one season and then there was the remix, right? Mm-hmm. And I did not like it.
I couldn't actually finish the Netflix season. I don't know how it ends.
It ends like I don't know. It's like an open-ended thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they thought that there was going to be more, but now what the fuck are they going to do? Like have a series without Jessica Walters?
I would rather be. I almost said dead. Hurtful.
No, nothing without Jessica Walters.
Mm-mm.
There is no anything without Jessica Walters.
Yeah, and both Lucille's are gone.
Is Liza Minnelli?
I'm sure she is, right?
No, she's not.
Guys, is Liza Minnelli dead?
Mom, is Liza Minnelli dead? I'm looking it up.
She has to be.
She's alive. She's literally only 75 years old.
But her mother's dead, so.
Yes, her mother is dead. That's true. Yeah, when you look at them like side by side before Liza started getting all the plastic surgery, it's like pretty bonkers, like how much they look like each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody at home is wondering, we're looking at pictures of Judy Garland, Noel Esmanelli.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess we're gonna shut this down now so that I can eat more Chinese food and then run more errands and then go to sleep.
Yeah. And I have to figure out a way to get coffee.
I had that struggle this morning and I had to run out on my break, locked myself out of my apartment.
Because I only have 3 K-cups left.
If I would have known, I would have brought you coffee.
That's okay. I'm gonna just.
You gonna DoorDash some. Yes. All right. Well, guys, thank you. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all. We're watching you from your own attic right now, so.
Right. The call is coming from the live stream is coming from the inside of the house. I'm wearing. I didn't get to really show these off, so I'm going to now. Yeah, I'm wearing little baubles.
And I'm just wearing a Britney Spears t-shirt.
And I'm wearing a hat because my hair looks bad today.
No, it doesn't look bad.
It does. Because when you dye your hair purple, you can't wash it anymore.
Oh, yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And honestly, you should only be washing your hair once a week anyway, everybody, so.
My mom says Merry Christmas, Chris.
Oh, Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I'm hiding in your attic.
Yeah. You don't want to be up. There might be like some squirrels.
Oh.
There might be.
Yeah, like Poltergeist.
Yeah, little squirrel. Yeah.
Remember the remake of Poltergeist with that squirrel?
Yes. I watched
squirrel
the
in the original
second
one?
I don't know.
I just watched the original one like a month ago.
I watched the second one the other day and it was like pretty bad.
Did Toby Hooper do that one too?
I don't think so. All right.
All right.
Night.
We've talked enough. See you all later.
And bye.